Every business has a graveyard, and you won't see it on your books. You're not going to see it in your CRM's dashboard, but it's there and it's full. It's every lead that has called you, they got a quote, and then they just vanished. They went cold. They said no. Most business owners, they bury those leads and then they never look back. And I used to do the exact same thing until I went digging in my own graveyard and I pulled out $45,000 this year alone. These were the customers that said no, they hit decline, that everyone usually just writes off as dead. And the crazy part is it came down to just one email. And I am going to show you that exact email word for word. But first, you need to understand the why. The no that you got this week might be the single most valuable thing in your pipeline right now. And this is the mistake that I see almost every single business owner make. A lead goes cold and they treat it like a closed door. Done, dead, finito. They move on to the next one. That is the farthest thing from the truth, because a no is almost never a never. It's usually just like a not right now. Maybe your price was a little high this week. Maybe they were still just shopping around. Maybe life got in the way, or their spouse said, hold on, the paycheck's not here. We got to wait a little bit, right? The timing was just off. People's situations, they can change. The lead that was a dead end in March, maybe they're ready to move forward in August. You just never know. But only if you're still on their radar when that moment comes along. And here's the thing that most of your competitors are probably doing. They quoted it once and they moved on. That gap right there, that is where the $45,000 lives. So let me hit you with something that should probably make you feel uncomfortable. Every single lead that comes into your business costs you money. Whether you're a brand new business or you've been doing it for 25 years, whether you track it or you don't, that number exists, and it's called the customer acquisition cost, or CAC. It's everything that you spend to get in front of people. Ads, your website, your time on the phone, gas to go do the estimate, divided by how many of them actually become paying customers. And here's the part that really stings. When a lead says no, you don't get that money back. You already paid to acquire that customer, right? So you paid for the click, the call, the quote, the drive time to go meet with them to give them the estimate. So when you let that lead go cold and you walk away, you're not saving money, you've already spent it. You're just throwing away that asset that you already bought. That's why it is so important to do everything in your power to land every lead. And if you don't land it the first time, you don't just quit. You have to have a system that goes back and gets it. Now, I owe you some honesty here because I don't want you to think that this is just theory or some asshole on the internet that's just yapping, right? I still own a pressure washing company, All American Pressure Cleaning in Savannah, Georgia, and I'll be straight with you. Today, it is a shell of what it used to be, and that's on me. I take full responsibility. My focus, my passion, my baby is building QuoteIQ. That's where all of my time, all of my energy goes now. Managing a team of 20 that's growing fast takes absolutely all of my focus. So the wash business runs on cruise control. We do zero marketing. The only ad spend is Google LSA. Every call goes to our virtual call team. Our InstaQuote, InstaSchedule handles the booking, and the email and text automation, the exact stuff that I'm about to show you, catches everything that falls through the cracks. I'm not in the business day to day at all. I can't be. I have a software company to run, yet it is still generating a healthy 6 figures. So let that sink in. A business basically that I've taken my hands off for the last 4 years is still generating 6 figures, and a real chunk of that comes from leads who have already told us no, recovered automatically. And what a good follow-up system does is just that. So how does it actually work? It's simple. When a customer declines an estimate or just goes quiet, they don't disappear into a black hole. They drop into an automated follow-up sequence, both email and text. And at the right moment, they get a message designed to do exactly one thing: give them a reason to say yes now. So not a, hey, just checking in because that's weak, that's boring, that gets ignored and deleted. I mean a real specific reason to move forward today. I built this into QuoteIQ, so if you're a subscriber, these templates are already in there for you. You can download them, edit them however you want, make them your own, or don't use them at all. But I'm telling you, They work. It's an added bonus that you're just sitting on in your account, so take advantage if you want to. We've also built in a couple other cool little recovery tools like this that are saving business owners tons of money every single day. It tells you why they declined, gives you the exact reason, their pain points, lets you follow up with them. But now I am going to show you the exact ones responsible for where that $45,000 came from. So here it is. This is a real email that went out from my business to a lead that had already declined his estimate. His name's Jay. So watch how simple this is. The subject was, you might want to open this. Hey Jay, we had a last minute opening come available in our schedule this week, and I wanted to reach out to see if you would like to take advantage of a discounted rate on your estimate. This helps us fill an open spot while also helping you save a little money. You can review your estimate here. Obviously, we put a little link to the estimate so he could review it. If you would like to move forward, just reply to this email or give us a call and we'll get you on the schedule. Thanks again, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Sebastian, All-American Pressure Cleaning, blah, blah, blah. And that is it. That's the whole thing. Now, let me show you why every line is doing a very specific job. And this is exactly why it works. So the subject line. You might want to open this, okay? Notice that it doesn't scream sale. It doesn't say 10% off. It doesn't get flagged, right? It's a curiosity gap. It gets open because it sounds like a person, not a promotion. Now, we had a last minute opening come available this week. This is the most important line in the whole email, in my opinion, because it gives them a credible reason for the discount. You're not begging. You're not desperate. You've got a hole in the schedule and you'd rather fill it than not. That's a business reason anybody understands and can actually kind of respect. Now, you've got a discounted rate on your estimate. There's the incentive, a reason to act now instead of later. Then the next thing is, this helps us fill an open spot while also helping you save a little money. Now, this is the magic. It's framed as a mutual benefit. You're not just acting out of desperation, taking money off, right? You're doing each other a favor, a solid, right? This completely changes how a discount lands. It removes the, why is it cheaper now? What's wrong with it? Are they doing something shady? Nope, it's not. It's just how it's going to be. So just reply to this email or give us a call. Dead simple call to action, zero friction, 2 easy ways for them to say yes. And then, of course, the signature, a real name, a real phone number, Sebastian with a 912 number. It reads like a human reaching out, not a corporate email blast. That's what gets a reply. And so here is how I know that it works, because we know that it works. Look, at the very top of that thread, Jay, the guy who said no, declined the original estimate, replied back 5 words. What is the discounted rate? That is it. That is the dead lead sitting straight up in the coffin, replying back to my email, the automated email, because the second they replied, you're back in the conversation, and now it's not cold outreach anymore. It's just a normal sale. You quoted the discounted rate, you get them on the schedule, and the money that was gone forever is now back in your pocket. Now, multiply that. 1 email, 1 lead, 1 reply, then do that across every declined estimate over months, automatically, without ever lifting a finger. That is how you get to $45,000. And it cost me almost nothing to make because I already paid to acquire every single one of those leads. This is found money. It was sitting inside of my business the entire time. I just built the thing that goes back and picks it up. So here's what I want you to do. Go look at your dead leads, the ones that you quoted and you never heard back from. That is not a graveyard. That is a bank account that you forgot the password to. Set up 1 follow-up email. Give them a real reason to say yes and watch what happens. If you want to use the exact templates that I use, the ones that pulled in $45,000 this year, they're already built into QuoteIQ. You can try a 14-day free trial at myquoteiq.com. There is a link in the description and the first comment. We also just launched a new feature called Proposal Plus that turns your estimates into polished professional proposals, showcasing your business story, your past work, services, reviews, project details, and supporting documents in one compelling presentation. It gives prospective clients everything that they need to understand your value, feel confident in your business, and approve the work faster. Thanks for watching and have a great day.